the gas pedal to the crash. Ripped his car to pieces, but raced his way into the Daytona 500. It took them Thursday night after the race, all day yesterday. As soon as the garage opened at 10 this morning, they were still working on the car.
Basically, chaos took place. Corey went spinning. Casey Mears was collected in that. And going back and listening to the in-car communication that the team was, between the teammate and Casey, keep your foot in it. Jake, go. And basically, the days of sorry, everybody. Getting back to the line, he made his way into the Daytona 500, but that car was just beaten and down. And they're going to work on that. And a salute to that team and all that hard work that they put in to get that car put back together and get him on the grid for the 500 too.
Casey's dad, Roger, a longtime off-road competitor, an Indy 500 driver. His uncle Rick, a four-time Indianapolis 500 champion from Daytona International Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
This morning in the Daytona 500 Club with the guests that have access to that. And talking to Chris, he said, our car is good. My crew chief Adam Stevens is very happy. And so I said, you're 18, he's 36.
Jimmie Johnson making his way out of the NASCAR Cup Series for he will be the fifth car on track. There's this four-car train of Fords. The only four on track with Jimmie Johnson.
It's quiet down here in the AJ Allmendinger garage area, and of course he has climbed out of his car. AJ, I'll assume you're done for the day. Are you done? I hope so. I'm done. We're trying the teams that I'm done.
The track was, even at night, was a little bit slicker than in the past because the guys, it looked like they tried to get they're easy to step out. So I think handling is going to be more than 9 years old. It's been this track goes for, it's been 15 years now since we repaved it. So it's rough and slick, and just try to execute and there at the end.
That's a question for you. Got some bandages on your left hand, so can you tell me what happened, and are you going to be okay with race tomorrow?
Centers for NASCAR. He's a horse certified and all the the national certification for emergency physicians in the United States. He oversees a lot of this. So, yeah, Dr. Stanley, he's been around a long time. He's been a part of this, and he wants everybody to compete the best they possibly can. And he and the entire team down there at the University.
They used to compete in the NASCAR Rally Auto Parts Series in the off-season this past November. They had put a pause on that Rally Auto Parts Series campaign to go racing in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series with Ram, who entered the sport again last night. Very interesting dynamic and colleague racing. Let's check in on the Bird brothers and Josh Berry with Clyde out on the fields on the racetrack right now. They're starting to wrap up here in final practice for NASCAR Cup Series of Daytona 500 right now. Just two cars out on the racetrack. And Austin Cindric out there right now. That's who you're following. Riding along right down the Daytona Superstretch as well as Alex. So, Jim, I think the drivers are back out on base. Another driver or two come back out for a couple of laps under single car on right now. I think
takes your advice and thinks about it. This number 60 Viva Towels car coming up in Sharp on the Race Brothers Ryan Reese, who has the fastest time in this practice session. The car rolling slowly to pit road as well. We see the car clock's only 7 minutes on it. That's the very bottom ribbon of the huge NASCAR TVs we have here. That's Austin Cindric, perhaps coming down to simulate a pit stop.
We welcome you back to Daytona as the clock spirals down to 000. 6 minutes, 38 seconds remain in the final tune-up for the 68th running of the Daytona 500.
There are two cars on the racetrack right now. Ryan Preece is exiting the back straightaway, heading into turn 3, while Austin Cindric makes his way through the bottom of turns 1 and 2. There have been a total of 18 cars of the 41 that will start the race. Come on to the racetrack in this final practice session, as one of those drivers was Casey
I think so. I mean, really, the key parts and pieces on the car, man. I know it was a big job job to get it to where it is now. But the under tray, the heights, all that kind of stuff are all the same, right? So we didn't really bend much suspension. It was really slow. So I felt pretty good about it. The guys got it really close. I mean, obviously, there's nuances. When I got the drive, I think it handled differently, but there's really no such drive to go test right now and see what it's going to be like. So, we're going to find out. I'll be the first to find out. You guys will be the second or third. But right now, I think the guys did a really good job because not only did they have to rebuild this car, they had to pull parts off, they had to disassemble the car and rebuild the car. So the work and effort and the time that it took to do it, I'm proud of these guys for the limited experience that they do have on this team. They all chipped in and got it done right.
Can you kind of describe for our listeners that last lap of the dual race on Thursday night with the wreck happening in front of you? The car was torn all to bits, but you still kept your foot in the throttle and got to the finish line. What was going through your head inside the driver's cockpit?
Just make it at all costs, really is the final thought that really leaned into it, that final lap. Jimmie and a couple other guys happened to be behind me. I was tail end of the lead pack, really. And what I did was just roll out a little bit going into 1 and 2 to kind of create a gap. Otherwise, you don't get a run. Fortunately, I was able to back up to Jimmie and those guys, and we were able to hook up and get some momentum going towards the pack going into turn 3. And there was a hole up top. I mean, I couldn't believe it was just wide open. I thought it'd be 3 wide, but when I got there, the top was wide open. We get in, I was able to pass, a couple, 2 or 3 guys on us, and they all started checking up. We had momentum, and thinking I missed the 99. He shot up in front of me so quick. I made a quick reaction, slightly missed him, and then the 7 shot up in front of me so quick there was just nowhere to go. But thankfully, we hit him square. They didn't tear the car up too bad, and here we are. But it's just I can tell you right now, I sat there and watched that video probably 50, 60 times the night of. I didn't even get to sleep till about 2 o'clock in the morning because I had so many people, texting and calling and wishing congratulations, and then so many people, old fans, and reaching out, through social media. And I just felt an obligation to kind of respond back to them. They took the time out of their day, so just has me I could get sleep anyway. So just really proud of everybody, and everybody that's involved, especially for me, and obviously Carl and these guys bringing everything here to do it. Bob's been a good friend of mine for a long time, and he's the one that really stepped up to make sure we can do this program.
Quite a team effort by you and your team. Best of luck on Sunday.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
That's Casey Mears. They're done for the day, and it's been quite a week preparing that race car. 3 minutes, 15 seconds remaining in practice. 1 car on the racetrack, and that will be NASCAR Hall of Famer and 7-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Jimmie Johnson from Daytona International Speedway. This is the Motor Racing Network, the voice of NASCAR.
3 minutes to go, and yes, Jimmie Johnson, the only car out on the racetrack right now, and it was just announced earlier today, Jim, that next year, 2027, the Daytona 500 in 1 year from now will be Jimmie Johnson's last career Cup Series race. So after today, we don't know what his whole schedule brings in 2026, but we do know one thing from 2027 here next year at Daytona, it'll be the champ's final time behind the wheel of the Cup car.
Yeah, it's certainly so. We're going to say Mark last race was in Tony Stewart's car. I saw those moments, and it's just hard to kind of grasp that it's coming. It's actually here. For Jimmie, we didn't know if he's coming back after he retired from full-time driving. But he said in the release today, in the announcement, that Jimmie Johnson's last ever NASCAR Cup race driving will be 1 year from this weekend, February 21st, 2027. He said we're going to have some time to celebrate with the fans. He's getting more and more involved day to day in legacy management in every way. As the owner, taking over not just the name on the door and being
It's getting kind of windy.
He is very much involved. He wants to focus on partnerships, and he said, I want to focus on this being more than a race team. So Jimmie Johnson making that effort and said, I will make time for the fans. I want to give him a year or so. Come out and celebrate this.
Chase Elliott 7th, AJ Allmendinger's 8th, BJ McLeod 9th, Cody Ware is 10th.
Cole Custer 11th, Ty Dillon is 12th, William Byron 13th, Josh Berry 14th, Austin Cindric 15th, Alex Bowman 16th, Casey Mears 17th, and we will on the racetrack at the moment at 18th, Jimmie Johnson.
So, Todd, this is a part of the weekend where you're getting ready for the biggest race of your career. You're out of time for dress rehearsal. You have what you have, right?
You got what you got, yeah, you do. And at this point, with the practices you've had, you've kind of exhausted your thoughts and options here. So you got a little bit notebook that you're going to start to try to put together. so on wins. So what are we going to need to handle that? And what have we learned about our car in a duel as far as taking pushes, giving pushes, and how have we worked on that through the practices since?
Take us behind the scene now, Todd. You've won the Daytona 500 as a crew chief with Joey Logano and Team Penske. What is it like once final practice wraps up? You guys put the car in the garage, close the door. What is the now for the 500 like?
It's actually not as anxious as you would think it is because you've had so much practice, because you've had a race in the car to do a race, because you came down here qualified, you practiced, you had 2 practices. Teammates or manufacturer mates or even just friends to cycle myself in position to go win the Daytona 500.
Black and red flags are waving, indicating that practice is over for the Daytona 500. And in case you missed it, the start time has been moved up 1 hour. Motor Racing Network and NASCAR Live Race Day will hit the air at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Let's get one final thought from the garage with the driver that is fastest in this practice session. That would be Ryan Preece with Tim Carafello.
That's right, Ryan Preece fastest in this final practice session for the Daytona 500 tomorrow. Ryan, simply put, how's the car?
Yeah, you know, those guys, they worked really hard yesterday, and they took all the time, you know, that they were given for sure to make sure it drove good, and it was fast, and it was that. Just gonna make a few adjustments, talk to Derek about it, and see if we can get a little bit more speed. That way I can be a better teammate for my other Ford race car drivers. So, yeah, we got a little bit of work to do, but this Viva Talos Kroger Ford Mustang will be just fine.
Hearing from Ryan Preece says he is the one who was fast.